Hi everyone, this is a really good video about light. So they explain it, what light is in a scientific way, but there are some things that they can't explain. And speaking of light, this is what Jesus said about light, about himself being the light. He said, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So what did he mean? What is light? And in this article right here, in this video right here, they talk about the visual spectrum that allows us to see light. And one thing I want to remind people of is that when you see light, you see it inside your dark brain. This is just a fact. Light, any light that you look at, candle, light coming in through the window, light outside, spotlight, lamp, all of this is inside your dark brain. So we're not peering out through our eyes into the world. Everything is inside our brain. Doesn't that freak people out who are, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, playing games, watching all this stuff that is actually taking place inside their brain. So, that's why whatever you're thinking about and focusing on is happening. It's just as real inside your brain as if it is really happening in the outside world. So speaking of light, I watched and read some really dark things yesterday. I mean really dark. Okay, like this. This Harold Wallace Rosenthal interview. Shocking. I think I read it before and I wasn't really ready for it. I'm still not. Oh my gosh, it's just so, how can this be? But look, some people say it's a hoax. So you can look this up. It's dark, 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 dark. And you know what is darker? Is this. The Abe Finkelstein interview. He's the one, or this is the one, that talks about, goes into detail about drinking the blood of babies and sending the babies off to McDonald's. I mean, okay. Is it a hoax? It doesn't even matter. It's just so dark. You can't really get darker than this. And if it's true, that's why we need the light. I'm the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So what happens when we die? Does everything go dark? Or are we in the light? The bright light. The light of God, the light of love, the light of truth. Anyway, you can find those interviews on the internet. So it explains a lot that seems to make sense, and you will be shocked if you haven't read these things yet, because of the way Harold Wallace Rosenthal talks about Christians, and I don't know, it's a little bit long, but it's like this, you can read the whole. It was a somewhat casual interview over time, and he did die. Did I mention that? Okay, well, he did die about 1 month later after making this interview, or doing this interview. So, are they hoaxes? Are they lies? Well, anyway, it's dark, whatever it is. Killing people, controlling people, people who aren't Jews are animals, you know, the whole thing. Anyway, it's explained in depth, so, but, you know, I have friends who are Muslims and Jews, and I know them. They're not part of this. So what's going on? So please read it, okay? The Harold Wallace Rosenthal interview and the Henry Finkelstein, the Abe Finkelstein interview. Okay, Abe Finkelstein interview. They sound real, but I don't know. Okay, don't eat at McDonald's anyway. Don't eat so much of anything. And see, this is what I mean. This is dark. Why do they want to even put this out there like this? Is this real? Is this true? Okay, so don't eat so much. Don't eat meat, you know. Pigs are sentient beings. They're smart, they're intelligent, and tried to become enlightened through Jesus Christ. And now I show you that video because it is really good. And remember, all light is inside your dark brain. Here we go.
Light is the connection between us and the universe. Through light, we can experience distant stars and look back at the beginning of existence itself. But what is light? In a nutshell, light is the smallest quantity of energy that can be transported. A photon, an elementary particle without a real size that can't be split, only created or destroyed. Light also has a wave-particle duality, being kind of a particle and a wave at the same time, although this is a lie. Also, when we say light, we actually mean visible light, which is a tiny part of the electromagnetic spectrum, energy in form of electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation consists of an enormous range of wavelengths and frequencies. Gamma rays have the smallest wavelengths because they're the highest energy photons. But most gamma rays are just under 10 picometers, which is still way smaller than a hydrogen atom. For reference, a hydrogen atom compared to a cent is about as big as a cent compared to the moon. Visible light is in the middle of the spectrum, in the range of about 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers, about the size of bacteria. On the other end of the spectrum, radio waves can be up to 100 kilometers in diameter, while the biggest wavelengths we know exist can span from 10,000 kilometers to a baffling 100,000 kilometers, way larger than Earth. From a physics standpoint, all these different waves are the same. They all have the wave-particle duality and travel at c, the speed of light, just at different frequencies. So what makes visible light special then? Well, absolutely nothing. We just happen to have evolved eyes that are good at registering exactly this part of the electromagnetic spectrum. This is not a complete coincidence, though. Visible light is the only set of electromagnetic radiation that propagates well in water, which happens to be where most eyes first evolved millions of years ago. That was a smart move because light not only interacts with matter, it's also altered by it and can be used to gather information about the world around us with almost no delay, which is arguably really helpful for survival. Okay, where does light come from? A vast range of electromagnetic waves are created when atoms or molecules drop from a higher state of energy to a lower one. They lose energy and emit it in the form of radiation. At the microscopic level, visible light is created when an electron within an atom, that is, in an excited state, drops to a lower energy state and loses this excess energy. The same way incoming light can elevate an electron to a higher state of energy by being absorbed by it. Macroscopically, the moving charge of the electron creates an oscillating magnet field, which creates an oscillating electric field perpendicular to it. These two fields move themselves through space, transferring energy from one place to another, carrying information about its place of creation with it. Why, of all the things in the universe, is light the fastest thing there is? Let's change the question. What is the fastest way to travel through space in the universe? It's c, exactly 299,792,458 meters per second in a vacuum. 1 billion kilometers per hour. Electromagnetic radiation just happens to move this fast. Any particle that has no mass travels at c, without acceleration or any in between. The light that's being released from a candle does not speed up until it reaches light speed. At the very instant of its creation, its speed is c. So why is c, or the speed of light, finite then? Well, nobody knows. Our universe is just built this way. We don't have a smart answer here. So light is a part of a spectrum, an elementary particle that also behaves like a wave, propelled by two perpendicular fields traveling at the speed limit of the universe. Okay, that's nice and all, but what about all the crazy stuff about traveling at the speed of light and time, the twin paradox, quantum stuff, and things like that? We have to save them for another video. For now, let's just be happy that we evolved eyes that pick up waves of information permeating the universe, making us see things that help us to put our existence into perspective.
So, light is finite, and they don't know why. So, they don't know everything, but Jesus offers eternal life, right? Anyway, this is really important. I'm the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So, this is the way to escape, escape all these dark things, all the drugs, all the control, all the hate, lovelessness, and everything. You get the light of life in your heart, in your mind, and your soul, and be free. Okay? And this dark stuff, whatever it is, won't have a hold on anyone. The pharmaceutical companies, okay, this guy, he talks about the whole system. The money, the food, the drugs, the everything. Okay? So, if you want to know, read these, get these, check out these two. Whether they're hoaxes or not, there's something about them. Okay? Rabbi Abe Finkelstein, Harold Wallace Rosenthal. Scary. But it's not scary if you have the light of life. God bless everyone. Thank you for watching. Many blessings. Think about it today, okay? When you go outside and you look with your eyes and you see the light, contemplate what's happening inside your dark brain. Bye for now. Blessings and truth.